I know, I love her. Hey everybody, this is Bella. That's them. Bella is everybody. Bella is she'll be about 4 years old. She'll be 4 July 25th of this month. She came to me a little over a year ago. And she was the first time somebody actually tagged me in a post on Facebook and said these people had a dog. They were trying to find a good home for it. They didn't want to go to a shelter. They were being responsible, rehoming properly, but they didn't know who to go to or how. And the friend of mine that facilitated, or tagging me, knew that I had numerous Chihuahuas at that point, and that I was actually just kind of, most of them were hard luck cases, and, so they figured they'd give it a shot. So I got in touch with the people and said, yeah, I have a look at her. And they said, okay, great. It's not for me. It's for my friends' parents. They're relocating, and unfortunately they're not able to take Bella with them. So we set a time and a place. This was local, and I went and met the folks. And I didn't realize what I was getting into when I pulled up. I pulled up to, it was a business building, middle of the day. And there's like 15 people standing around. Maybe not that many, maybe like 10 to 12. But turns out they were all together, and they were all pretty much 4 generations of the family. So there was a lot of caring involved in this. And, at first it kind of made me wonder, why, why would they let it go if there's so many people that cared about her? Well, the grandparents that had her, I mean, they couldn't care for her. That was real. That was, I don't say obvious, but, we could tell. And the main part of the younger part of the family, they had little kids. And, I don't care how great a dog is, a little tiny Chihuahua and little kids don't always get along. So I respect that. So anyway, they were trying to find a nice home for Bella. And, Bella's a family dog. She doesn't like many people from what I was told. But surprisingly, walked up to them and asked if I could hold her. And Bella jumps right in my arms. And they were actually really excited about that because it was Bella's decision. They wanted to see how she reacted when I held her, and it was just like she just cuddled up right in my arms. And a funny side note to that is we stood there and talked for, a good 35, 40 minutes. I'm holding Bella the whole time. Professional businessman walks out of the building, and he doesn't get any closer than 25, 30 feet from us. And Bella starts going off trying to attack him, like she was protecting me, or us. I just thought that was kind of like cute, like I could walk right up to her, right, baby girl? So anyway, Bella was really healthy. She had one thing wrong with her, and she was kind of a shut-in. The grandparents didn't do much, as far as go out of the house. So, Bella had her nails growing around pretty long, and they were pretty much almost growing around into a circle. And the reason that's important is because, this poor girl couldn't really walk very well. She was bow-legged. She severely limped because of it. So, it was a quick fix, get her home, cut her nails for her, and start the process of learning to walk again. And I put a video up a few weeks after having her. One of the proudest moments at that time was just to watch her, from the first time she got here hobbling to, for Bella's speed, doing zoomies around the front yard, chasing Rue or somebody else, or I can't remember who, maybe Mia. Just watching her go full speed and enjoying herself, it was just amazing. So, I promised these folks that I would take care of the dog and I would not let her go. And of course, I was posting on my personal page about her and that they could follow along in her life story, that way. And they've commented, they've always been very supportive of me. But that brings me to a real quick point too. Lula and Louie just came to me from a fan of the page. Similar situations except for all the way across the country. Now, it's different because, back then with Bella, I didn't have very many dogs. She goes way back. And, Louie and Lula come in here, and I feel like I'm at a point now where we're trying to save and help the ones that truly need it. And as much as I'd love to help everybody on the page, I begged this fan of the page to, exhaust every other option. For weeks, I begged her. And finally, apparently there was no other option, and Louie and Lula had to come to me. So I obviously can't keep doing that. I have a direction I want to go in this. And I just want to say, because there have been many people that have reached out and asked, curious, whatever, if I can do this for them. And as much as I'd love to say, yes, I'd love to, I can only do so many. And I'd really, at this point, like to reserve it for those that are really in dire need. And maybe if I can get myself a little more organized here soon, I can facilitate maybe a group page or some way of foster network or something to where I can in fact help those out in those kind of situations, because it's not always their fault that they have to part with a dog. I've learned that along the way. I used to be very negative about it, but I've learned there are extenuating circumstances, like Bella's here. I mean, how you gonna say no to a face like that, right, baby? I know. They're gonna think Daddy just threw peanut butter all over himself. So anyway, this is 4-year-old, 4-pound Bella. My little girl, my Bella the ball. Pretty little lady. Say bye. Bye.